With an effort, I managed to restrain my incredulous laughter. The very phrases were worn so threadbare that they evoked no image except that of a turbaned character leaking sawdust at every pore as he persuade a tiger through the bourgeoisie. Then came the war, old sport. It was a great relief, and I tried very hard to die, but it seemed to beat and enhance enchanted life. I accepted a commission as first lieutenant when it began. In the Argonne Forest, I took two machine gun detachments so far forward that there were half a mile gap on either side of us, where the infantry couldn't advance. We stayed there 2 days and 2 nights, 130 men with 16 Lewis guns. And when the infantry came up at last, they found the insignia of the three German divisions among the piles of the dead. I was promoted to be a major, and every Allied government gave me a decoration, even Montenegro. Little Montenegro down at the Adriatic Sea. Little Montenegro. He lifted up the words and nodded at them when they smiled. The smile comprehended Montenegro's troubled history and sympathized with the brave struggles of the Montenegrin people. It fully appreciated the chain of national circumstances which had elicited this tribute from Montenegro's warm little heart. My incredulity was submerged in fascination now. It was skimming hastily through dozen magazines. He reached his pocket, and a piece of metal, slung on the ribbon, fell unto my palm. That's the one from Montenegro. To my astonishment, the thing had an authentic look. Ordere di Danilio. Ran circular legend, Montenegro, Nicholas Rex. Turn it. Major J. Gatsby. For valor extraordinary. Here's another thing I always carry. A souvenir of Oxford days. It was taken at Trinity Squad. The man on my left is now the Earl of Dorchester. It was a photograph of half a dozen young men in blazers, loafing in an archway through which there was a visible host of spires. There was Gatsby, looking a little, not much, younger, with a cricket bat in hand. And then it was all true. I saw the skins of tigers flaming in the palace of the Grand Canal. I saw him opening chests of Rubik's to ease, with their crimson-lighted depths, the gnawing of his broken heart. I'm going to make another request of you today, he said, pocketing his souvenirs with satisfaction. So I thought you ought to know something about me. I didn't want you to think I was just some nobody. You see, I usually find myself among strangers because I drift here and there, trying to forget the sad thing that happened to me. You'll hear about it this afternoon. At lunch? No, this afternoon. I happen to find out that you're taking Miss Baker to tea. Do you know you're in love with Miss Baker? No, old sport, I'm not. But Miss Baker is kindly consented to speak to you about this matter. I hadn't the faintest idea of what the matter was, but I was more annoyed than interested. I hadn't asked Jordan to tea in order to discuss J. Gatsby. I was sure the request would be something utterly fantastic, and for a moment I was sorry I'd ever set foot upon the overpopulated lawn. He wouldn't say another word. His correctness grew on him as he neared the city. We passed Port Roosevelt, where there was a glimpse of a red-belted ocean-going ships, and sped along a cobbled slum lined with dark, undeserted saloons of faded gilt 1900s. Then the valley of ashes opened up on both sides of us, and I had a glimpse of Mrs. Wilson, straining at the garage pump with panting vitality as we went by.